Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. Welcome to this series for past year questions from CMAT. The examination is due next week, and next week by this time, most of you would be starting for the examination center, right? Because the examination is from 3 to 6 p.m. And I'm sure you must have seen the city. The admit cards are yet to be released, but they have intimated the city in which your center would be. Okay, so in this last phase, we are just coming up with questions from the past to give you an idea that what kind of questions you can expect, right? To understand the trend of questions that have been asked and how you could have solved them in the paper. And as I keep telling that in CMAT, you do not have to worry about the time, right? You have enough time to attempt the questions. Make sure that your concepts are clear. You know blood relations well, syllogisms well, okay, directions, and every other topic whichever is asked in reasoning or any other section, be it quant also. Your concept should be clear. Even if you are slow, you can easily attempt all the questions. Okay, so till last year there used to be 25 questions in all the sections, including the logical reasoning section, and this year they're going to be 20 questions. All right, so let's start with today's session, wherein we'll discuss questions from the past papers. On 9th of April, the examination will be held, and we shall have the exam analysis at 9 p.m. Right, so that you return from the examination center, view the analysis. We will be discussing some of the questions like that we could recall from the paper, and difficulty level. The number of good attempts, what could be the expected cutoffs for what percentile, because CMAT is a percentile based examination. So we will be discussing all those things in that session. So please do join us on 9th of April at 9 p.m. for the analysis post the examination. And please do subscribe to our channel so that you do not miss out on any of the videos that are uploaded on our channel. So let's begin today's class. Right, here's a question from CMAT 2019 based on critical reasoning. So if we talk about CMAT reasoning, it is a mix of all topics, right? You have analytical as well as verbal reasoning in this. So this is a part of verbal reasoning or critical reasoning. So in this case, we are given a statement followed by two arguments. You have to answer which of the arguments is strong. So the statement says, should the political parties be banned? The first argument is yes, it is necessary to teach a lesson to the politicians. Second is no, it will lead to an end of democracy. One thing you need to keep in mind while answering the questions on strong and weak arguments, do not look at yes or no, right? Look at the reason. So always check the reason. See, there can be many things. Sometimes things are like all would say in favor of them, right? Let us say something related to animal rights, right? So all will speak in favor of animal rights. Okay. Sometimes there could be something that all will be against them, right? So for example, use of plastic, right? So everyone would say that plastic should not be used. Okay, it harms environment and all. But many a times things would be which are debatable. Okay, so you should not use your opinion yes or no. You should look at the reason what is given to us. Okay, Siddhant, you can expect around 4 or 5 questions from verbal reasoning. Okay, so statement is, should the political parties be banned? So instead of just looking at yes and no, we have to look at the reason also. Okay, some people might be in the favor that yes, they should be banned. Some people might be in the favor that no, they should not be banned. So what are the reason? First reason says that it is necessary to teach a lesson to the politicians, right? So if you have to teach a lesson to the politicians, is it necessary to ban the political parties? Can it be done through some other ways, right? You remove those politicians. Okay, so if you do not find any politicians, fine. I mean, there could be some judicial action taken against those politicians. It does not mean that you ban the political party. So first argument is not strong. Okay. Second argument says that no, they should not be banned because it will lead to an end of democracy. So if political parties are banned, there would be no democracy, right? It would be like it could be dictatorship, it could be anarchy, right? It will lead to end of democracy. Democracy exists when you have different people to choose from, right? If there are no political parties, there would be no democracy. So that is a strong argument. So argument 2 is strong. Okay. All right. Here's the next question. Vashishta started walking, positioning his back towards the sun. After some time, Vashishta turned left and turned right and then turned towards left again, which is the direction Vashishta is going now. This is a question which is ambiguous at times, but here I'll tell you the reason what they have assumed in this. So Madhur, for JBIMS, it accepts various examinations, right? Not only CMAT, Maharashtra CET, you have MAT. There is an examination called MAT also, and through CAT also, right? But however, very few or hardly anyone goes through CAT because they would definitely get better colleges at that percentile. But yes, you can go through CMAT or Maharashtra CET or MAT. In all these examinations, you have to score very high. So now, if Vashisht, see what happens is, how does the sun move, right? So sun, we say that sun rises in the east and goes to the west. Okay, so sun in the morning it is in the east, uh, and in the evening it is in the west. Okay, now when the sun is on top, right, the shadow falls straight down, right? It does not fall in east or west direction. Okay, so if the sun is in the east, the shadow will be on the west direction. It will be in the east direction. So this person is having his back towards the sun, right? So either we will assume that he is walking in the east direction or west direction. Okay, so let us assume that he is walking in the east direction, right? So his back is towards sun. So suppose sun is in the west and he is walking in the east direction. After some time he turns left. So left would be this side, and then he turns right. Okay, so that would be this side, and then towards left again. So that would be this time. Okay, so in this case he will go towards north. Okay, so it should be north or south. So if he goes, suppose the sun is in the east and he walks in the west. Okay, so if he walks in the west and then he turns left, so he will go this side. He turns right, right means this side, and then towards left again, that would mean this side. So either the person will go to the north or to the south. Okay, so that's the answer to this. So this direction of sun is not given to us, but we'll assume that like if the sun is in the east, the person would be walking towards the west. Okay, and if the sun is towards west, the person is walking towards east. Because when the sun is on like this afternoon time, right? So if it is afternoon time, you see that the sun is on the top. It is not like Like sun does not go like east west, like east to west from north kind of thing, right? It goes vertically on your top, right? So the direction cannot be, so that direction is straight down. Okay, so you do not have back towards the sun, right? You will have your head towards the sun in the afternoon. So it's in the morning and the evening that you have your back or face towards the sun. Otherwise, in the daytime, it is vertically above your head. Okay, so you do not move like bending your back towards the sun. So that is the assumption taken over here. Okay, so that is north or south. Right, so yeah, you can assume that it is east, but you will have to assume the other way also. Okay, all right. Now this is a very easy kind of question, but just you need to be careful, right? So solve these questions 2 times to be sure in the examination. Make sure that you double check it, because this is what happens is we are in a hurry and we might miss some piece of information and get the answer incorrect. And it happens many times in these questions, despite being easy questions, people miss them and then later they repent that, oh, they did mistake in this question. Okay, so you have to find the number of sevens in the series that are followed by an even number but are not preceded by a prime number. So after 7 it should be even, it should not be a prime number, or you can say a composite number. So this should be the sequence of 3 things. This is one of the kind of questions which is asked very often. कि ऐसे 7 count करो या 9 count करो, those kind of things. Right attempt per section if you are weak in GK and IE. See, GK and IE, see, no one is very strong, to be honest, right? But you have to score some decent marks, because in other sections people will score well, right? So you will have to target around 50 plus in the other 3 sections if you have to score high in this examination. So that will again depend on the difficulty level of the paper, right? So maybe like 280 could be a good score. Sometimes 250 could be a good score. Sometimes it could go beyond 300 also. So just go with the flow. Don't target any score कि मुझे इतना ही करना है. Okay. Don't take unnecessary risk. Okay, but that's why he said that your concept should be clear. If your concepts are clear, time is not the issue. So let us see that count the number of sevens. So first 7 is here, right? It is even, but it is prime, right? So we will not count this. 7, this is odd. Then we have 7, again odd. 7, then we have odd. 7, even and composite. So there is just one such 7. Okay, so it was still a shorter text, and there were just 5 sevens and only one followed the criteria. Sometimes there could be the digit that could appear 9, 10 times, and then you have to count. Okay. All right, so that was an easy one. Find the next number in the series. Number series generally you will get easy in all exams. Sometimes what happens is they give tricky number series. In this, you have time to solve those as well. But especially in SNAP, what happens is, let's say they give 5 questions on number series. 3 will be very easy, 1 will be moderate, 1 will be very tricky. And some people spend a lot of time on that one question. So that is a trap. Here you do not have any trap. Okay, just be chilled out, take time and solve. Dual degree in marketing and supply chain, I mean, you can get in many colleges, right? There is no one particular college as such to target for that. because many colleges offer this. It's a common thing, right? It's not some niche course that you are targeting. So if you see the series, it is minus 15, minus 20, minus 25, minus 30. So next should be minus 35. So the answer is 85. Simple. Yeah, number series, mostly the questions are very easy. And CMAT, as the examination itself, most of the questions are easy. Now this is slightly, might be some tricky kind of question. It is a kind of syllogism thing, right? It says that it is a main statement followed by four statements labeled A, B, C, D. So this is the main statement and there are four statements A, B, C, D. Choose the ordered pair of statements where the first statement implies the second and two statements is logically consistent with the main statement. So in such kind of questions, you see the options, right? If you try to find this, maybe it will be difficult. So see the options. And let me tell you, this is a difficult question. Okay, this is a kind of syllogisms, like it's a part of syllogism, not a straightforward one. It used to be asked in CAT also in the past. So check options one by one, you will be able to answer it. So check these two in order, like C and A. Okay, so conclude, what conclusion do you get from C and A, and does it match with this? So this says that all cubes are round in shape. Okay, if you want to make a syllogism kind of thing, you can say like this also, right? All cubes are round in shape. Okay, so let us see first option. First option says CA. CA means figure A is not a cube. Okay, and A means figure A is not in round in shape. Now it says figure A is not a cube. Now A is not a cube and A is not round. Okay, we are given all cubes are round in shape. If it is not a cube, do we know is it round or not? हमें क्या दिया है कि सारे क्यूब्स राउंड है, ठीक है, बट हमें जो क्यूब्स नहीं है उनके बारे में कोई इंफॉर्मेशन ही नहीं दी है. We are not given any information about the figures which are not cubes, right? We are given information only about cubes. अब जो cubes नहीं है, we do not know about them, right? So they can be round, they cannot be round. We cannot say anything about them. So this is not true. Okay. Now second is DB. DB says figure A is round in shape. Figure A is a cube. Okay. All cubes are round. Okay. But all rounds cube होंगे कि नहीं होंगे? Are we no? Suppose let us say this is figure A. Okay. It is round in shape, but is it cube? Can we conclude that it is a cube? We are given all cubes are round in shape. Okay, but if we do not know that all round are cubes, that is the reverse is not given. ठीक है, सारे क्यूब राउंड है पर सारे राउंड क्यूब है ये तो नहीं दिया. ऐसा हो सकता है कोई दूसरी चीज है वो राउंड हो सकती है बट क्यूब ना हो, isn't it? So that is also not true. Okay. Third says AC. A is not round in shape. A is not cube. Now let us think on this. A is not round. Okay. ये round है, ये cube है. If something, let us say A is not round, A है वो round नहीं है, तो can it be cube? All cubes are round in shape, so we draw this thing. If A is not round, so A will be outside this. If A is not round, it cannot be cube. Are you getting this? Syllogisms बनाते हो वहां पे तो कर लेते हो ना ऐसे. अगर ऐसे ये देखो, all cubes are round, ठीक है. अब round में cubes के अलावा कुछ और भी आ सकता है. It can contain other things also apart from cubes. But if A is not round, A is outside round, so it will definitely be not a cube, right? So that is the answer. Okay. Then fourth option will obviously be correct, right? If three are third is correct, so that should not be that should be incorrect. So fourth says that A is not round, A is a cube. That is opposite of C, right? If A is not round, definitely A cannot be cube. And if it is not round, it cannot be a cube. So it is a type of syllogism that used to be asked earlier in CAT as well. And sometimes you get these kind of questions also in the examination, right? BD option is there. So BD says figure A is a cube, A is round in shape. Yes, that is true. If there was an option called BD, right? A is a cube, A is round in shape. That is same, and that is the same thing. But yes, that is not given in the options, right? But yes, if BD was an option, that was also true. Okay. So they have given 3 incorrect, 1 correct. Okay, let's do the next one. 125 small but identical cubes have been put together to form a large cube. How many such small cubes will be required to cover this large cube completely? So there are 125 small cubes that are combined to make a large cube. And you have to find how many such cubes will be required to cover this cube completely. Now it requires knowledge of cubes. Okay, so if there are 125 small cubes, what will be the size of the cube, dimension of the cube? वन ट्वेंटी फाइव क्या होता है 5 into 5 into 5, right? So small cube, the cube is 5 x 5 x 5. Okay? Now suppose these are 5 cubes in one dimension, right? एक डायरेक्शन में देख रहे हैं हम, we are just taking the length. Okay, now we have to cover it. ठीक है, कोई चीज को कवर करते हैं तो क्या करेंगे? We have to cover something, what will we do? Yeah, so 125 is 5 into 5 into 5, right? There are 125 cubes. So length 5 cubes की हो जाएगी, width 5 cubes, height 5 cubes, 125. Now, if we have to cover this, what we will do? We will put one cube on this side and one cube on this side, right? We will put two extra cubes, one on one side, one on one side. तो cover हो जाएगा अंदर की चीजें, right? Okay, if we cover this, now this we saw in one dimension. Okay, if we are just covering the length, suppose it is a two-dimensional figure, right? Suppose we say that it's a 2D. Now that was not a single line. Suppose we had a square like this, 5 into 5. Okay, 5 into 5. If you have to cover 5 into 5, what will we do? We will cover on this side, and we will have extra on this side, and we will cover this side. If you have a two-dimensional thing, so this would be the covering. Right? If it is 2D, what we did? We added 1 cube on each side. Right? We added 1 on each side. So now this length is 7. क्योंकि यहाँ पे 5 थे, we put extra this side, and this width also is 7. Right? So अगर it was a one dimensional में क्या करते हैं? If there are n things, we put n plus 2. If it is a 2D thing, so it is n into n, we make it n plus 2 whole square. Now we are dealing with a three-dimensional figure. This was a square, a two-dimensional plane paper, right? If it is a 3D thing, so the dimension is n into n, that is n cube. So that we will have n plus 2 whole cube. Okay. So n is 5, so 7 cube, that is 343. Okay, 343 will be what? Total cubes. Total cubes are 343. 125 तो already inside थे, so 218 extra cubes. So that's how we do this. Okay, so we add 2 on each side. So if it is one dimension, we increase by 2. If it is two dimensional, n plus 2 whole square. If three dimensional, n plus 2 whole cube. Okay, so we understood the reason why we need 2. Okay, so that we cover each cube. Okay, so 7 cube 343. So 218 we need extra. Five capitals A, B, C, D, E are connected by different modes of transport as follows. A and B are connected by boat as well as by rail. D and C by bus and by boat. D and E only by air. A and C are connected only by boat. E and C are connected by rail and by bus. Which of the following pairs of capitals are connected by any of the routes directly without going through any other capital? Do you read this? You just have to read this. What is so confusing in this? Right? Some people get confused with this. And you just have to read these statements and tell that which of the following are connected. right? See, A and E, have they given A and E? No, they have not, right? E and D, no, they have not given connection between A and D, E, okay? B and C, have they given any direct connection? No, they have not given, right? So the answer is D. This is sometimes what happens, right? You think that, okay, question difficulty, right? I mean, they've just given a passage. It's like, it's not even reasoning. It's like a reading comprehension where they've given you 5, 6 sentences and asked that which of the following is given in the statement. Right. So they've just given that some roads are connected, some cities are connected, and they are asking that which of these are connected directly. Okay, such an easy thing. So sometimes things could be easy that some people get confused with this, right? They think that how can they ask such a thing? But yes, that is possible. We are conditioned to think यार इसमें कुछ दिया है तो लंबा सा दिया है कुछ बनाना होगा. But that is not the case. You just have to tell that which of these are connected directly. None of these are connected. Okay. There are 4 trees: lemon, coconut, mango, and neem, each at a different corner of a rectangular plot. Okay, so they have given that there's a plot. Okay, a well is located at one corner and a cabin at another corner. Lemon and coconut trees are on either side of the gate, which is located at the center of a side, opposite to the side extremes of which the well and the cabin are located. The mango tree is not at the corner where the cabin is located. Which of the following pairs can be diagonally opposite to each other in the plot? Now, in this, you will have to draw a diagram and find that where is which thing located. So it says that there are 4 trees. Okay, then we have well and cabin. Okay, so let us say this is well and this is cabin. Okay, well and cabin, and opposite to that side there is a gate, and they have given the position of some of the trees. So it says that lemon and coconut trees are on either side of the gate, which is located at the center of site, right? So these are lemon and coconut trees on sides of the gate, okay? And gate is opposite to the side extremes of which well and cable are located. So opposite to this side on these extremes, there are well and cable located, okay? So we are left with 2 trees, mango and neem. Mango tree is not at the corner at which cabin is located. So that it is not mango. So this will be mango. This will be neem. Okay. Now it is saying that which of the following can be diagonally opposite. Okay. Cabin and neem tree. Cabin is there. Okay. And neem tree is there. So it is not diagonally opposite. They are same at the same point. Okay. Coconut tree and lemon tree. Coconut and lemon, these are on same side. They are not diagonally opposite. Mango tree and well. Mango tree is next to the well only. Okay, so not diagonally opposite. Neem tree and lemon tree. This is neem tree. This could be, see, it is saying that can be opposite, can be diagonally opposite, right? It is not saying that definitely right. So if lemon tree is here, lemon tree and neem tree can be diagonally opposite, right? Others are at the same point. So easy question, just that they have given you a short text so that you keep reading them. Okay. Now a question on blood relations. So it says that A, B, C, D, E, F, G are 7 members in a family, out of which there are 3 females and 4 males. There are 2 architects, 2 travel agents, 1 teacher, 1 engineer, and 1 doctor. No lady is either a teacher or an engineer. C is a travel agent and is married to A, who is a teacher. F, the engineer, is married to D, who is neither a travel agent nor a doctor. No two ladies have the same profession. B is the sister of G, who is an architect. What is E's profession? Okay, now this is a time consuming question. But there are, on the other side, there are some questions which you can do very quickly. So in the examination, make this a strategy that in the beginning do the questions that don't take much time. जैसे वो number series वाला था, right? That would hardly take 30 seconds to answer. To do that question, there will be some other questions also which will be very short that can be done quite quickly. Then complete GK and all those sections, because in those sections either you know the answer or you do not know. Okay, you cannot, or maybe after 1 or 2 hours of taking the examination, you can just revisit that and think that if you can recall something from the memory, that would be fine. But other sections, easy questions done in the beginning, then do these questions so that you do not feel any pressure also. Now they have already given you 2 couples. Okay, out of 7 they have given you couples and some family relation also of B and G. So there are 4 males and 3 females. Okay, if we talk about profession, 2 travel agent, there is 1 teacher, engineer, doctor, and 2 architects also. Okay, these are the 5 professions, and then we are given 2 couples also, right? So lady is not a teacher or an engineer. These are only males. Okay, they cannot be females. So now a lady can be a travel agent, a doctor, or an architect. Out of these 3 only. Okay. And no two ladies have the same profession, right? So that means one lady will be a travel agent, one lady will be a doctor, one lady will be an architect. Because these ladies have different professions. Okay. So one lady will be travel agent, one will be doctor, one will be architect. Right. Okay. Now we are given that C is a travel agent married to A, who is a teacher. Right. So male is a teacher. Right. So C is a female. Okay. So she is a travel agent, is married to A, who is a teacher. Right. So uh, teacher cannot be. So we have done with teacher and travel agent. We are also given that F, the engineer, is married to D. Okay. F is an engineer. Engineer can be only male. Okay. Is married to D. So F is an engineer. Right. And D is neither a travel agent nor a doctor. So it is not a travel agent nor a doctor. So D must be an architect. B is the sister of G, who is an architect. Okay. Now we know the lady architect is already known to us. Okay. So G cannot be a female. So G will be a male. And sister is B. Okay. Now G is an architect. So G is a male architect. Okay. So why G cannot be a female architect? Because D is a female architect. Okay. So G is a male architect and sister is B. So B will be the doctor. And then one person remains E. E will be the travel agent. Okay, so a lengthy question, but can be solved taking some time. So let us think that way, right? See, there are 3 females and 4 males, right? One of the females is like it is given that females are not teacher or engineer, right? So if among this pair C and A, if A is the teacher, so A has to be male, C will be the travel agent, right? So travel agent is knocked off. One lady, the second pair is D and F. Okay, so D, F is an engineer, so D has to be the lady. D can be doctor or architect. Okay, but architect, she is not a doctor, so she will be an architect. So that means the third female, which is B, has to be the doctor. Okay, so only one profession is left for E, that is a travel agent. Okay, so C is a travel agent. Na? C is a travel agent. A is the teacher. So this is a lengthy question, time taking. Okay. Now these are some questions which you can skip also. I mean, many of the people will not be able to do this. But if you have enough time, give time, right? Even if it takes 5-7 minutes to do one particular question, in the end you will get enough time. So these kind of questions should be done in the end. जब बहुत सारा time बचा होता है, कोई pressure नहीं रहता. If you do it in the normal scenario in the beginning or middle of the paper, you will start getting nervous, right? You will start panicking because it is long and it is lengthy also. Okay. E's profession we found out, na, travel agent. E is not doctor, B is doctor. देखो डॉक्टर तो फीमेल होगी ना, डॉक्टर तो फीमेल होगी, राइट? ई इज एनीवे अ मेल. देखो इन दोनों में से एक फीमेल होना था, इन दोनों में से एक फीमेल होना था, बी इज अ फीमेल, राइट? सो 3 फीमेल वी ऑलरेडी नो, सो ई इज डेफिनेटली अ मेल, ई कैन नॉट बी अ फीमेल, राइट? तो डॉक्टर तो वैसे ही फीमेल में है नहीं, मतलब मेल नहीं है, so that is why it will be traveling agent. Okay. Based on the statement given below, which of the following option is correct? Whenever Preeti's father is in town, she abstains from school and goes to her aunt's house. Now this is basically find the reverse of a logic, right? So it says that right, whenever Preeti's father is in town, she abstains from school and goes to her aunt's house. See, one thing you remember in this, in these kind of questions, like some people get confused in this, इनको करते कैसे हैं, ठीक है? Like it could be whenever, it could be if, ठीक है? एक ही मतलब होता है whenever और if का. If Preeti's father is in town, So what does she to do? She abstains from school and she goes to her aunt's house. She is doing both the things, right? It is given and का मतलब होता है दोनों चीज कर रही है, right? She is not going to school and she is going to aunt's house. Always remember this. जब तक ये if वाली condition true होगी, then only these things will be true. But if it is false, if this is true, these two things will happen. If this part is false, you can't say about these things. Always remember this. False कुछ लोग क्या करते हैं, if it is given that if P's father is not in town, she can go, she cannot go, we cannot tell that. If this is false, not necessarily that is false. It will be can't determine, right? You cannot determine whether it is true or false. If it is true, it will be true. If it is false, you cannot say anything, right? So as long as जब तक ये if वाली condition true होती है, तभी तक ये conditions valid होती है. If this part is not true, the second condition is not valid, right? That is not a condition at all. Okay. Now first says if Preeti has not abstained from school or she has not gone to her aunt's house, it means her father is not in town. Okay. Now if she has not obtained from school, okay, and not gone, now both these are false. Okay. If both these are false, can this be true? If she has not abstained from school and not in aunt's house, can we tell her father is in town or not? Let's just think reverse. ठीक है, ये भी नहीं हो रहा है और ये भी नहीं हो रहा है. ठीक है, is it possible to have her father in town? See, if her father was in town, right, then she would have done these two things, but she is not doing these things. That means her father is not in town. Okay, so this is true, right? But we have an option both A and C also, right? अब देखो exam में क्या करना है? There is no option B. Okay, so you know that B is not correct. Okay, I'll tell you the reason also. We will see. If Preeti has not abstained from school but her father is in town, right? अगर उसके father in town है और not abstained from school, that is not possible, right? So B is anyway not possible. Because if her father is in town, she is doing both these things. It is not possible that she cannot do this. Okay, so that is not possible. C says if Preeti has abstained from school but she has not gone to her aunt's house. ये एक चीज करी इन दोनों में से, राइट? एक चीज करिए तो भी फादर टाउन नॉट इन टाउन होंगे, राइट? तो हर फादर इज नॉट इन टाउन. Because if her father is in town, she will do both the things. If she has not done any of the things or she has not done any of the two things, so that means her father is not in town. So both A and C are correct. Okay, if both these things are true, okay, so we cannot tell whether her father is in town or not. But if any of these things are false, we can say that her father is not in town. Okay, so A says that she has not done any of these two things. If she has not done any of these two things, that means her father is not in town. Because if her father was in town, she will do both these things. Okay. Similarly, C says that she has done this, right? Abstained from school, but not done this. Okay. Because if her father was in town, she will do both the things, but she has done only one thing. So that again tells that her father is not in town. So that is why both A and C are correct. Okay. All right, so that was some questions from the past, right? I took a mix of easy and difficult, both kind of questions, to tell you that there can be very easy questions also, there can be these lengthy and tricky questions also. If you feel that you do not have good concepts to solve them, okay, or you find them very lengthy, you can skip them and do them later. Okay, do not do in the beginning. But if there are easy questions, right, do them right away in the beginning. And so I took both kind of categories of questions, both easy as well as difficult, to tell you that this is the scenario, right? So not everything is easy and not everything is difficult also, right? There are some moderate questions also, and do the mix of easy and moderate, and if it is easy for all, it is easy for everyone, right? You are not the only one that has those easy or difficult questions. Okay. All right. So that is it for today's session, right? So thanks for watching this video. Have a great day ahead. Goodbye.